enjoy talking about the pitch. I like the fact that there's some sort of preference that we can try and get an advantage. But yeah, I think the groundsman done a fantastic job with the heat. It's been very, very hot, and the wicket looks good. It looks like it's going to be a good cricket wicket, nothing extreme. Obviously we'll have to see, but just from an outside perspective, it looks like it's going to be exactly what we wanted. You rock up and you have to make decisions today on the field. You might not have an idea of what the pitch does, but when you get there, it might be completely different. So it's very important that some guys don't even look at the pitch. There's actually so much information that you can go on in your head, which is unnecessary. Obviously, for a captain, it's important. I think that you do all that information in your head because you want to make the right decisions. Yeah, this selection is probably one of the hardest that we're going to have to make. It's really tough. There's just so many combinations that you can look at. But I suppose it is a nice headache to have. But yeah, it's a possibility, especially up in the Highveld. But we're still talking about what's going to be our strongest 11. So I would like to give you a bit of insight into it, but not quite yet. It's good that we can have some importance to this series. I mean, big series is why you play. We don't have Ashes, so it's good to see that the Indian cricket team versus the South African cricket team can start becoming real big series now, and that's, as I said, that's why we want to play the game. But it's 22 players of probably the best, and there's some really, really high class players that's going to bash it out over the next 4 weeks. So it's very, very exciting. Yeah, I think what's really important with AB is that he's fresh and he's hungry to score big runs. And that's certainly the case with him right now. He's had a good break. He hasn't played a lot of cricket, so he feels mentally strong and he wants to put in big performances. So I think that's half the battle already. When you've got a high class quality player like himself, if you can get the mental side of things right, I think he's going to be a good asset for us in this series. And the same thing with Hashim. I mean, Hashim has scored some good runs later previous series for us. I mean, I know, no disrespect to Bangladesh series, I know their bowling attack is not as strong as the Indian one, but you can only score runs against the team that you play, and Hashim was superb through that series. I think they only got him out like 2 or 3 times the whole series. So if you take that, he's in really good form. I don't know about his record, but that's good to know that if maybe that will change the selection. It's tough calls. I mean, Dale's number one for me is the best bowler in the world. He hasn't played for a while, yes. He hasn't got the overs under his legs that he would have possibly wanted. But facing Dale and the skill feels like it hasn't gone anywhere. It feels like he's bowling with the same pace. It feels like he's got the same swing. So skill-wise, it felt like he's gone nowhere. It feels like he's just jumped back on that bicycle and riding it again. Yeah, I don't see rivalry. I see South Africa against India. We don't look at just Virat. We look at playing against India, and we prepare ourselves as we're playing any other team. Virat doesn't get more time than any of the other batters. They've got a lot of quality batsmen in their team. So for me, it's about how we prepare ourselves best to take on India. No, he's a very good player. I mean, his stats don't lie. I'm not going to tell you the plans. But we're hoping that we can put some pressure on him, and we know that if he's a big player for them, and if we can keep him quiet this series, then we have a much better chance of dominating this series. He's obviously a good player.